It's been 103 days since this happened to XLM. What this is, well, you either can comment down below or watch to the end of the video. And cryptocurrencies give average people out there the opportunity to escape government financial persecution. I've got a story for you that's going to open your eyes. And the San Francisco Fed is dipping their toes into the Cbdc waters, hiring a position for a senior developer in the United States. 103 days. Let's start it off with XLM sitting at 9.2 cents, up 2% last 24 hours. ETH sitting at 1684, while Bitcoin's at 24,687, up 0.3 in the last day. Nigerians are fighting for their own money, and Bitcoin can help. Nigerians are turning to Bitcoin in record numbers, and here's why. What's happening in Nigeria is happening in other places across the globe, and will be happening to more places in the future. Wait till you hear how crazy the story is. Citizens are looking for ways to diversify their income in the face of 18.5% inflation and a 400% in energy prices over the last 3 months. So what's happening to Nigeria? Well, their government is imposing limits on how much money that they can take out. Yep, imagine if your government out there was telling the banks, hey, limit people, and not only limit people, but if they take out cash, make them pay massive fees. Adding fuel to the fire, the Central Bank of Nigeria has imposed a weekly cash withdrawal limit as of January 9th, which was a $500,000 naira for individuals, around $1,000, and 5 million naira, around 10,000 for organization. While these weekly limits already seem insane, the actual amount Nigerians can pull out depends on how much actual cash is there, meaning guess what? There might not even be that much there. Nigerians are bringing mattresses to ATMs, and others are arriving at ATMs at 4 a.m. to be the 115th in line when they open at 8 a.m. So scarcity of money and crackdown on money from the government. So what's happening right now in Nigeria is they are flocking to Bitcoin, okay? There's peer-to-peer exchanges, and there's trading action in Bitcoin in Nigeria. Listen to this. The price of Bitcoin in Nigeria, over $40,000. Look at the heat map right now, 24,684. But in Nigeria, over 40,000, because Nigerians do not want to use the e-Naira. They do not want to have their government tell them what they can do with their money. They want to use a decentralized form of money. The country is now in the region with the highest search volume for these terms, and they're talking about buy Bitcoin. Other countries on the list: Ghana, Kenya, Ethiopia, and South Africa. Most of the search activities come from the coastal regions of Delta, Edo, Anambra, Bayelsa, and Rivers. So you've got even more countries out there looking to Bitcoin rather than looking to their government to help them out. And see, we're facing this here in the United States as well, where Jerome Powell and the Fed made money printer go burr. It devalued the US dollar. We saw inflation go through the roof. But the big difference, though, is the Nigerian government's taking a step further, saying, hey, we're going to impose limits on you taking cash, and we're also going to make you pay astronomical fees, service fees, if you're using or depositing cash. This is the government trying to get them to use the e-Naira, their Cbdc. And people out there are fighting it so bad that they would rather pay $40,000 for Bitcoin and use that as a currency, peer-to-peer, peer-to-business, rather than e-Naira Cbdc action. Speaking of Cbdc, the U.S. wants to develop one. San Francisco Federal Bank Cbdc System Development reveals a job posting. Within 24 hours of the job posting, 45 applicants, who will probably never be contacted by the U.S. government, have shown interest in joining the federal government to build an in-house Cbdc. On February 18th, the San Francisco Fed posted a job opening for senior application developer of digital currency. Here's the job posting right here. As always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. But given the dollar's important role, the Federal Reserve System seeks to further understand the costs and benefits of the potential technologies for central bank digital currencies and how the system better understands this emerging field. As long as the United States, though, doesn't do what they're doing in Nigeria and limit the amount of cash you could take out of the bank and force you to use the e-dollar, right? USD dollar, whatever they're going to call it for their Cbdc. As long as governments don't take that action, things will work better. Look at what's happening in China right now. That CBDC program. You certainly don't want the United States to go down the path that you're seeing in China, Nigeria, and other countries out there. But it's important to see that the San Francisco Fed is now offering a job posting for a senior application developer for Cbdc. Shots fired. That's right. The SEC is putting all celebrities and athletes on notice, saying, we're going to tax your ass if you are promoting scam tokens. SEC warned celebrities after charging NBA Hall of Famer Paul Pierce over crypto promotion of Ethereum Max. He had to pay $1.4 million in penalties, disgorgement, and interest, according to a statement. Pierce did not admit or deny the SEC's finding and also agreed to not promote any crypto assets for 3 years. Now, let me ask you this. You guys remember a couple years ago, you saw every celebrity out there promoting things, everything from Matt Damon, Crypto.com. You've got the celebrities out there with Ethereum Max, Logan Paul, right? Low gangers. You guys get all that, okay? Haven't you noticed it's really heavily slowed down with the big names? Now, we're still seeing stuff on Twitter, right? We're still seeing stuff posted here and there, but it's not the big name people anymore. It's not your A-list celebrities or your huge all-star mega athletes. No, it's smaller names doing it now, and you're seeing it less and less and less. So maybe the SEC's action going after the Kim Kardashians, the Paul Pierces, and so forth is actually working, thwarting it, stopping these people from doing it because we're not seeing it as much. Let me know in the comments down below which celebrity do you remember was shilling the most crap in 103 days. Today is Sunday, February 19th, and this includes Wednesday, November 9th. So what is 103 days for those of you that tried to take a guess? That was the last time XLM was double digits price at 10 cents. That's right, it happened last November 9th where XLM hit 10.06 cents. The reason I bring this up is 103 days we have been fighting in the single digits. 103 days we have been waiting for XLM to claw its way back to 10 cents. 103 days the trading volume has been absolutely abysmal. In that 103 days, we have seen Bitcoin rebound past that price action from November and claw its way back all the way to June. That's right, we've got about 8 months of action, about 240 days that Bitcoin has regained. Where XLM, it's been 103 days since that double-digit price action has happened. So what's happened? I made a video yesterday about XLM and the obvious lack of support for XLM. Now, a bunch of you did a great job commenting saying, hey, no, people are missing out. People just don't realize it. XLM is a sleeping giant. And I agree with all of you that posted in the comments. The issue I see, though, does the general public recognize this? You've got Bitcoin making massive rallies, right, from their bottom. ETH as well doing the same thing. BNB above 300. But XLM right now sitting at 9.2. 103 days since 10 cents. Where's the support for XLM? And I know some of you out there are like, Klaus, XLM doesn't really need support. But how do you feel if it keeps going down, down, down in price? How do you feel knowing that Gala has popped up? Right? Has totally surpassed. And let's do this just to show you how crazy it is. Let's compare Gala to this just so I could show you what it looks like. So we're going to compare Gala. We're going to make Gala in light blue. Put this here. Look at that. I've got Gala up on the screen. And in that same time period, 103 days, Gala is up 34% while XLM is down about 15%. So like I said, we have to start asking ourselves, what is it going to take for XLM to breach 10 cents and move on to double-digit price action? The reason I bring it up is because the last time this happened, and let me zoom in for it, the last time we saw XLM do action like that, right, was right here in November of 2020. Once they broke through that 10-cent mark, 4 days later, you saw it past 20 cents, hitting a high of 23 cents. So is that what we're waiting for? Just the double-digit resistance point for XLM to break out through? Like I said, it's been 103 days since XLM has reached double digits, where we've seen the rest of the crypto market rebound quite substantially. Now, I'm not knocking XLM, Seller Development Foundation, nothing at all like that, but I wanted to show you, though, that you are seeing a rally of almost every other crypto out there other than XLM, and even XRP. I did a comparison video on that as well. Now, the issue I have here, though, is what is it going to take to get those cryptos to rise again in popularity, right? Think about all the action that you're hearing from Bitcoin, Ethereum, SHIB, Cardano, and all that. Their camps are constantly promoting that action. Is the publicity helping the price? Well, it's hard to say considering XLM hasn't reached double digits in 103 days, but during that same 103 days, Bitcoin has made its price way all the way back to June, gaining 240 days of lost price action. So maybe the popularity, maybe the publicity and all that does help these tokens not on the way down, but rebounding on the way up. Paul Pierce and others out there have been put on notice by the SEC saying, stop shilling crap in our backyard. I'm desperately waiting to read what you guys posted down below on who you said were your biggest shillers of the last couple years. CBDCs, you got the US that wants to hire for a developer, while the Nigerian government is out there forcing people to use CBDCs, which is forcing that market to go 40,000+ for Bitcoin peer-to-peer and peer-to-business. Crazy stuff, isn't it, everyone? I spend the majority of my time in the crypto Web3 world, and boy, does my head spin with all the news articles of the SEC fines, thievery, shenanigans, shilling, and all that. So to keep my head straight, I do this right here. My second channel, Passion Projects, what I do outside of the crypto Web3 world. Check that channel out so you can see who that person is behind the camera lens. Now, until more news breaks, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.